The sun shimmered over Enchanted Castle, painting the sky in pastel pinks and golds. Birds chirped in perfect harmony as Sophia twirled across the castle courtyard, her lilac gown sparkling under the morning light. Clover hopped beside her, munching on a carrot, while Robin and Mia fluttered near her shoulders. "Morning, Clover." Sophia giggled. "Guess what? There's going to be a royal animal fair in the courtyard today." Clover stopped chewing mid-bite. "A fair? You mean with food stalls, games, and prizes?" Sophia nodded. "And it's all about teamwork. Everyone has to pair up 2 by 2. Clover's eyes lit up. "Well, I already know who my partner's going to be." Before Sophia could reply, Bailiwick arrived holding a long scroll. "Princess Sophia, your mother requests your presence in the royal hall. Preparations for the 2 by 2 festival are underway, and your help is needed." Sophia curtsied and followed him. Inside, Queen Miranda was speaking with King Roland and Amber. "This festival," Queen Miranda explained, "celebrates friendship and cooperation. Each team must complete challenges together, from building something to performing a duet." Amber clapped her hands in delight. "Finally, a royal event that involves fashion coordination. Hildegard and I are going to win for sure." James grinned. "Not if Rex and I beat you in the obstacle race." Sophia smiled, thinking about her own partner. She looked down at Clover. "How about you and me, buddy? We can take on any challenge." Clover puffed his chest. "You bet we can. 2 by 2, that's me and you." But as the castle staff prepared for the big event, a mysterious visitor arrived, a royal messenger from a neighboring kingdom, carrying a golden invitation. He bowed deeply. "Princess Sophia, my queen, sends her greetings. She invites you and one royal companion to join our special 2 by 2 Unity Challenge tomorrow morning. It's a test of royal cooperation between kingdoms." Sophia's eyes widened. "A cross-kingdom challenge? That sounds amazing." But the messenger added, "Only one other royal may accompany you. Choose wisely." Sophia turned to Clover, her mind spinning. Should she choose her animal friend or another royal? It was a difficult decision, one that would test more than just teamwork. As twilight fell, Sophia gazed at the stars, unsure what tomorrow would bring. The sound of soft music drifted from the ballroom, where pairs practiced their routines. She whispered, "Whatever happens, Clover will always be a team." Clover smiled sleepily beside her. "You said it, Princess." The moon glowed high above as destiny began to weave its next royal adventure, one where friendship, trust, and courage would shine brighter than any crown. Part 2. The royal pairing begins. The next morning, the courtyard buzzed with excitement. Banners fluttered, trumpets sounded, and the smell of sweet pastries filled the air. It was time to officially begin the Enchancia 2 by 2 festival. Sophia stood at the grand stage with her family. King Roland announced, "Let this festival remind us that true strength lies in unity. May each pair bring honor and joy to Enchantia." The crowd cheered. Bailiwick handed each participant a golden card with their challenge number. Sophia and Clover said challenge number 4, the Harmony Hunt. Amber waved at Sophia from across the courtyard, dazzling in her pink gown. "Good luck, little sister. You'll need it if you're competing against me." Sophia grinned. "We'll see about that." Just as Clover hopped forward, the royal messenger from the neighboring kingdom appeared again, this time accompanied by Princess Lani of Tangu. She had a calm, graceful smile and wore an elegant teal gown that shimmered like ocean waves. "Princess Sophia," she greeted warmly, "I'm here for the Unity Challenge. Our kingdoms will compete together, you and I." Sophia blinked. "Way together?" Princess Lani nodded. "Yes, we'll be partners in the final royal event." Clover frowned. "Hold up, you mean she's replacing me?" Sophia looked torn. "Clover, it's just for the Unity Challenge. You and I can still do the Harmony Hunt." But Clover's ears drooped. "So you'll have 2 partners?" The confusion thickened as Bailiwick blew his trumpet. "All participants to your stations." Sophia placed a hand on Clover's paw. "You're still my best friend. I promise." But deep inside, she worried. Could she really balance both partnerships? And what if she let one of them down? As the first challenge began, Sophia realized this festival wasn't just about teamwork. It was about learning how to truly be two by two, in heart and in trust. The next morning, the courtyard buzzed with excitement. Banners fluttered, trumpets sounded, and the smell of sweet pastries filled the air. It was time to officially begin the Enchancia 2x2 festival. Sophia stood at the grand stage with her family. King Roland announced, "Let this festival remind us that true strength lies in unity. May each pair bring honor and joy to Enchancia." The crowd cheered. Bailiwick handed each participant a golden card with their challenge number. Sophia and Clover said challenge number 4, the Harmony Hunt. Amber waved at Sophia from across the courtyard, dazzling in her pink gown. "Good luck, little sister. You'll need it if you're competing against me." Sophia grinned. "We'll see about that." Just as Clover hopped forward, the royal messenger from a neighboring kingdom appeared again, this time accompanied by Princess Lani of Tangu. She had a calm, graceful smile and wore an elegant teal gown that shimmered like ocean waves. "Princess Sophia," she greeted warmly, "I'm here for the Unity Challenge. Our kingdoms will compete together, you and I." Sophia blinked. "Wait, together?" Princess Lani nodded. "Yes, we'll be partners in the final royal event." Clover frowned. "Hold up, you mean she's replacing me?" Sophia looked torn. "Clover, it's just for the Unity Challenge. You and I can still do the Harmony Hunt." But Clover's ears drooped. "So you'll have 2 partners?" The confusion thickened as Bailiwick blew his trumpet. "All participants, to your stations." Sophia placed a hand on Clover's paw. "You're still my best friend. I promise." But deep inside, she worried. Could she really balance both partnerships? And what if she let one of them down? As the first challenge began, Sophia realized this festival wasn't just about teamwork. It was about learning how to truly be 2x2, in heart and in trust. Morning dawned soft and golden over Enchancia. The castle courtyard shimmered with dew as ribbons fluttered from every archway. Today was the second day of the 2x2 festival, and it was time for Sophia and Clover's first big challenge, the Harmony Hunt. Sophia stretched her arms as she stepped outside her tower room, her gown sparkling like morning lavender. "Clover, are you ready?" she called out. Clover hopped up from a pile of hay, munching the last bite of biscuit. "Ready as a rabbit can be. What exactly do we have to hunt, though? Please tell me it's not more chores." Sophia laughed. "Not chores, clues. The Harmony Hunt is a scavenger quest around the castle gardens. Each clue leads to another, but both partners must agree on the path before moving forward. It's about harmony, not speed." Clover nodded, rubbing his paws together. "Harmony, huh? So if I say left and you say right, we'll just stand there till next week?" Sophia giggled. "We'll figure out together." The trumpet sounded. "Participants, to your stations." Bailiwick's voice rang across the courtyard. Dozens of pairs stood ready, Amber with Hildegard, James with Rex. Even Queen Miranda and King Roland had joined in just for fun. Sophia smiled as she saw Princess Lani nearby, preparing for the upcoming Unity Challenge. Lani waved, her teal gown rippling like the sea breeze. "Good luck, Princess Sophia," she called. "Thanks. You too." Sophia waved back, her heart fluttering with excitement and a pinch of nerves. Bailiwick raised a scroll. "On my count. 3, 2, 1. Begin." The pairs scattered across the courtyard. Sophia and Clover hurried toward the first clue station, where a royal guard handed them a small golden scroll. Sophia unrolled it and read aloud. "Find the place where lilies grow, where fountains sing and breezes blow. There the next clue will be found. If 2 hearts work in harmony sound." Clover scratched his head. "Lilies and fountains? That's gotta be the East Garden, right?" Sophia hesitated. Maybe, but the West Garden also has a fountain, the one near the lily pond." Clover tapped his paw. "East or west? Pick fast, princess. I can't run both ways at once." Sophia thought for a moment, then smiled. "Let's go west." The clue said breezes blow, and that's where the wind usually comes from. Clover grinned. "Can't argue with that royal logic." They raced across the courtyard, past laughing children and fluttering flags. The west garden was bursting with flowers, roses, violets, and, yes, lilies swaying near a sparkling fountain. Sofia bent down and spotted a small pink ribbon tied to one of the lilies. "Found it," she cheered, untying the ribbon to reveal another scroll. "To move ahead, you must sing. 2 by 2, let voices ring. Harmony is your next key. Sing together, joyfully." Clover's eyes widened. "Wait, sing? Out loud? In front of everybody?" Sofia chuckled. "Come on, Clover. It's not so bad. We just have to sing together." Clover groaned. "Fine, but if I start croaking like a frog, it's your fault." Sofia smiled and began to sing softly, her voice carrying through the garden like the morning breeze. Musical note. "Together we'll find what's lost and new. 2 by 2, me and you." Musical note. Clover hesitated, then joined in off-key but enthusiastic. Musical note. "Through lilies bright and skies so blue. We'll make it through. 2 by 2. Musical note. As the last note faded, the fountain's water sparkled brighter, and a hidden compartment opened at its base. Inside was their next clue in a shining silver charm shaped like 2 interlocking crowns. Clover's eyes widened. "Hey, look at that. We did it." Sofia held the charm up, the light reflecting in her eyes. "See, Clover? That's the power of harmony." They continued the hunt, solving riddles and sharing laughter. One clue led them to the library, where Clover accidentally sneezed on a stack of dusty books, revealing a hidden key. Another led them to the kitchen, where they had to balance teacups together without spilling, which ended in plenty of giggles and one very soggy biscuit. By afternoon, the final bell rang. Bailiwick gathered everyone in the main courtyard as the sun dipped low. "The winners of today's harmony hunt," he announced, "are Princess Sofia and Clover." The crowd cheered. Sofia knelt beside Clover, hugging him tightly. "We did it. We really did it." Clover beamed. "Told ya, Princess. You and me unbeatable." But as the cheers echoed across the castle, Sofia noticed Princess Lani watching from a distance, a thoughtful expression on her face. Tomorrow, Sofia would have to compete with her in the Unity Challenge. As evening fell, she found herself gazing once again at the stars, wondering quietly, could she bring the same harmony she shared with Clover into a new partnership with Princess Lani? Because soon the real test of 2 by 2 was about to begin. The next morning dawned with sky painted in shades of rose and gold. The castle courtyard of Enchancia was alive with music, banners, and excitement. Everyone was gathered for a very special event, the long-awaited Unity Challenge between Enchancia and the Kingdom of Tangu. Princess Sofia stood before her mirror, smoothing her lavender gown trimmed with tiny silver vines. Her amulet sparkled gently at her neck, pulsing with soft light. Clover hopped up onto her vanity table, nibbling a piece of lettuce. "You nervous, Princess?" he asked, noticing her deep breath. "A little," Sofia admitted, smiling faintly. "It's the first time I've ever represented Enchantia in another kingdom's royal event. I just want to make everyone proud." Clover tilted his head. "You will, Sofia. You always do. Just be yourself." Before she could reply, Bailiwick knocked on the door. "Princess Sofia, Princess Lani has arrived. The Queen and King are waiting in the grand courtyard." Sofia straightened, her heart fluttering. "Thank you, Bailiwick. Let's go." As she stepped outside, a warm breeze brushed through the garden. The morning light shimmered off the royal banners of Enchanted and Tangu, displayed side by side, one lavender and one turquoise. Princess Lani stood beside her royal advisor, looking calm and graceful, her long teal gown flowing like ocean waves. "Sofia," she said warmly, clasping Sofia's hands. "I'm so glad we'll be partners today. I've heard about your kindness and courage. This will be a wonderful adventure." Sofia blushed modestly. "Thank you, Lani. I've heard you're one of the best puzzle solvers in Tangu. We'll make a great team." The two girls smiled at each other, and any nervousness melted into genuine excitement. King Roland stepped forward. "Today's Unity Challenge will test teamwork between kingdoms," he announced proudly. "There are 3 tasks, each one harder than the last. Remember, the goal isn't just a win, but to work in true harmony. Queen Miranda added gently, "Listen to one another, help one another, and you'll both succeed." Trumpets sounded, and the royal announcer declared, "Let the Unity Challenge begin." The first task took place in the castle's grand ballroom, which had been transformed into an obstacle course of stepping stones and platforms above a shallow pool of shimmering water. Bailiwick explained, "The bridge of balance tests cooperation. Both of you must cross the floating tiles together, keeping perfect balance. If one falls, both must restart." Sofia looked at Lani and nodded. "We've got this." They stepped onto the first tile, which wobbled slightly. Lani spread her arms gracefully, keeping steady. Sofia mimicked her, and slowly, together, they began to move from tile to tile. But halfway through, the tiles shifted unevenly. Sofia lost her balance for a moment, and Lani reached out quickly, steadying her. "Got you?" Lani said, smiling. Sofia exhaled in relief. "Thanks. I'll match your rhythm." They synchronized their steps, left, right, until they reached the final tile together. The crowd erupted in applause. Next came a teamwork puzzle in the courtyard. Before them stood a tall glass tower filled with mirrors and glowing orbs. Bailiwick read aloud, "To complete this task, you must reflect light from the sun into the tower's heart. Only by aligning every mirror perfectly will it shine." Sofia studied the structure. "We'll need to position the mirrors so the light passes from one to the next." Lani nodded. "I'll handle the high ones. I'm good with ladders." Sofia smiled. "And I'll work the base mirrors. Let's find the right angles." They adjusted each mirror, calling out to one another, "A little higher, Lani." "Left a bit, Sofia." Until a single beam of sunlight finally reached the center orb. The whole tower erupted in radiant gold light, showering sparkles around them. The spectators gasped in awe. Even Amber whispered, "That's actually really pretty." For the last challenge, the girls stood on a stage surrounded by flowers. Bailiwick announced, "To finish the challenge, you must perform the Song of Unity. The lyrics are simple, but the melody will only flow if your hearts are truly in harmony." Sofia and Lani exchanged nervous glances. "I've never sung with another princess before," Lani whispered. "Neither have I," Sofia admitted. "But let's just sing from the heart." Music began, soft and magical. Sofia started the first verse, her voice gentle as a spring breeze. Lani followed with a shimmering harmony, their voices weaving together perfectly. Musical note, 2 by 2, the hearts combine. In trust, in joy, your light will shine. Different lands, but one true song. Together, we are brave and strong. Musical note. As the final note lingered, the air filled with a golden glow. The amulet around Sofia's neck shimmered brightly, casting warm light over them both. The crowd cheered and applauded. King Roland stepped forward, beaming. "Well done. You've both shown the true meaning of unity." Queen Miranda smiled proudly. "Enchanted and Tangu are stronger together because of you." Lani turned to Sofia, her eyes shining. "I couldn't have done it without you." Sofia smiled warmly. "And I couldn't have done it without you." From the side, Clover hopped up, clapping his little paws. "Way to go, princess. Knew you'd nail it." The trumpets played a triumphant tune as the two princesses bowed side by side, bathed in the golden glow harmony. But as the cheers filled the courtyard, Sofia's amulet flickered strangely, just once, like a whisper of something new stirring inside it. The challenge had ended, but the adventure of 2 by 2 was far from over. As the last notes of their song drifted through the air and the cheers began to fade, Sofia's amulet shimmered again, brighter this time. For a brief moment, the light pulsed in rhythm with her heartbeat. She pressed her hand against it, feeling the warmth spread through her fingers. Lani noticed a glow and stepped closer, her expression filled with curiosity. "Sofia, your necklace, it's glowing again. Is it supposed to do that?" Sofia nodded slowly. "Yes, my amulet of Avalor does that sometimes, but it usually means something magical is about to happen." Before either of them could say more, a soft gust of wind circled the courtyard. The flowers around them began to shimmer, and the light from the amulet extended outward like a wave. A gentle, Glowing mist swirled above the stage and slowly took shape, forming into a glowing image of a woman with a golden crown and long flowing hair. Everyone gasped. Queen Miranda stepped forward protectively, while King Roland placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. The shimmering woman spoke in a calm, musical voice. Princess Sofia, Princess Lani, you have unlocked the spirit of harmony, a bond that connects kingdoms in friendship. But true unity requires more than song and balance. It requires trust even when the path grows dark. Sofia and Lani exchanged puzzled looks. What do you mean? Sofia asked softly. The spirit's image flickered like candlelight. A shadow lingers in the enchanted woods. The harmony between your kingdoms is being tested. Go together, 2 by 2, and you will find what has been lost. Before they could ask anything else, the vision faded, leaving only a swirl of golden petals that drifted to the ground. The courtyard fell silent. Amber broke the quiet first. Did anyone else just see that, or have I had too much rose tea? James grinned. Nope, that was definitely magic. Sofia clutched her amulet gently. If the amulet sent that vision, it means this is important. The enchanted woods are just beyond the castle gates. We should go there. Lani nodded without hesitation. Then let's not waste time. Whatever it is, we'll face it together. Queen Miranda looked concerned, but trusting. Be careful, my dear. Take bailiwick with you. Sofia shook her head gently. No, Mom. The spirit said we have to go 2 by 2. It has to be us. Clover hopped up beside her, worry wrinkling his nose. And what about me, huh? You're just going to leave your favorite rabbit behind. Sofia knelt and smiled warmly. Not for long, Clover. We'll be back soon, I promise. The little rabbit sighed, but nodded. Fine, but if you find any magic carrots, you better save me one. With that, Sofia and Lani mounted a small royal carriage that took them to the edge of the enchanted woods. The path ahead shimmered faintly in the moonlight, lined with ancient trees whose branches seemed to whisper secrets. Fireflies danced around them, lighting the trail. As they walked deeper into the woods, the air grew cooler and filled with the scent of moss and wildflowers. Lani looked around, wide-eyed. It's so beautiful, but also a little eerie. Sofia nodded. The enchanted woods are full of magic, some good, some tricky. We need to stay close. Suddenly, a faint sound of music floated through the trees. It was soft at first, like a lullaby carried by the wind. They followed it until they came to a clearing with a small pond glowing silver under the moon. In the center floated 2 glowing swans, each with a crown of light above its head. Lani whispered, They're beautiful. Sofia's amulet glowed again and a voice echoed softly, Only those who trust can cross the pond. A shimmering bridge of light appeared, but it flickered weakly. Lani took a hesitant step, and the bridge wavered beneath her foot. It won't hold if we go alone, Sofia said, realizing the message. We have to cross together, exactly in sync. They took each other's hands, breathing deeply. Step by step, they moved forward as one, left, right, until they reached the center. The swans bowed their heads, and the water beneath them burst into a radiant display of colors. The voice from the amulet spoke again. Harmony is more than song. It is trust in motion. When they stepped onto the far bank, Sofia felt the warmth of the amulet settle again, steady and calm. She turned to Lani with a bright smile. We did it. Lani grinned. 2 by 2. But as the glow faded, a soft rumble echoed deeper in the woods. Something darker stirring beneath the roots. The real test of their unity was only beginning. The rumble beneath their feet grew louder, low and distant like thunder rolling through the earth. Sofia and Lani exchanged a quick, uneasy glance. The forest that had moments ago seemed so peaceful now shimmered with strange, shifting shadows. The trees swayed even though the wind was still, and the light from the fireflies dimmed, one by one. What's happening? Lani whispered, tightening her grip on Sofia's hand. Sofia's amulet flickered again, this time casting a faint purple light across the leaves. I don't know, she murmured, but I think this is what the spirit of harmony meant. Something's wrong here, something that's breaking the balance. They followed the path deeper into the woods. The trees grew taller, their trunks glowing faintly with silver veins of magic that pulsed in time with Sophia's heartbeat. Occasionally, they could hear distant voices, soft, echoing whispers that seemed to call their names. Sophia paused. "Did you hear that?" Lani nodded. "It sounds like singing?" The melody drifted through the trees again, slow and haunting, filled with sadness. It led them toward a clearing where an enormous ancient oak stood, its roots spreading like rivers. At its base was a crystal pool, reflecting the moonlight. But inside the pool, something was swirling, dark mist twisting and curling like smoke trapped in water. Sophia felt a chill run down her spine. That must be it, the shadow the spirit warned us about. As they stepped closer, the mist in the pool suddenly surged upward, taking shape. A tall figure cloaked in darkness with eyes that shimmered silver. Its voice echoed softly, almost sorrowfully. "So, the daughters of light have come, 2 by 2, bound by song and trust. But can you withstand the doubt that breaks all bonds?" Lani instinctively stepped back. "Who are you?" "I am what remains when harmony fades," the shadow replied. "When friendship turns to fear, when trust is lost. I was born from the disharmony between kingdoms long ago." Sophia's heart pounded. "We don't want to fight you. We want to help restore balance." The shadow laughed quietly, like the rustling of leaves. "Balance cannot exist where trust is fragile." Its eyes glinted toward Lani. "Would you trust her, Sophia, if she chose herself over you?" Then it turned to Lani. "And you, Princess of Tangu, would you still stand beside her if her magic endangered your kingdom?" Lani's hands trembled slightly, and for a moment Sophia's breath caught. She saw hesitation in Lani's eyes, not fear, but doubt. The shadow seemed to grow stronger at that, feeding on the silence between them. "No," Sophia said suddenly, her voice steady. "That's not true. We do trust each other." The shadow's form darkened, swirling angrily. "Then prove it." The crystal pool began to crack and ripple, the light vanishing into darkness. Thick vines shot out from ground, wrapping around their legs and pulling them apart. Lani gasped as one coiled around her arm. Sophia reached for her, but another vine dragged her backward. "Sophia," Lani cried. "Hold on." Sophia shouted, struggling against the vines. Her amulet glowed brighter, but it wasn't enough. The vines grew tighter. Lani closed her eyes, remembering the song of unity, the melody they'd sung together. "Maybe," she whispered, "maybe it's not about fighting it." She began to sing, softly at first, her voice trembling but pure. The same song, the same rhythm that had united them before. Sophia's eyes widened. Then she joined in, their voices merging in perfect harmony once more. Musical note: "Through shadows, doubt, and tempest hue, our hearts stay one, forever true. No fear can part what light can bind. 2 by 2, our souls aligned." Musical note. The vines froze, then crumbled into dust that shimmered in the air like silver dust motes. The shadow howled, its voice echoing through the forest. Harmony cannot last forever. Sophia lifted her amulet, which now shone with a radiant pink and gold light. "Maybe not forever," she said, "but long enough to make things right." The light burst from her amulet, joining with the glow around Lani's hands. Together, their magic formed a radiant wave that washed over the clearing. The shadow dissolved, leaving only a single silver feather floating down into the pool. The dark mist cleared, and the moonlight returned, soft and peaceful. Lani stared at the feather as it landed in her palm. "It's over," she whispered. Sophia nodded, smiling gently. "We restored the balance together." The trees seemed to sigh with relief, their leaves glowing faintly once more. Fireflies returned, lighting the clearing like stars. As they made their way back toward the castle path, Lani turned to Sophia. "When that shadow tried to make me doubt you, I almost believed it for a second. But then I remembered how you trusted me completely from the start." Sophia smiled. "That's what friendship is. Sometimes it shakes, but it doesn't break." The two princesses clasped hands again as they stepped out of the woods. The first rays of dawn peeked through the trees, painting everything in gold. They had faced the darkness, and proved that true unity could shine even brighter than magic. The first golden rays of sunrise bathed the castle towers in a soft pink glow as Sofia and Lani emerged from the forest. The dew sparkled like diamonds on the grass, and the gentle hum of morning filled the air. Clover hopped alongside them, still yawning, but his little nose twitched proudly. "So you two saved the day again, huh?" "I knew it. Kinda. Mostly." Sofia giggled, brushing some leaves from her gown. "You did great too, Clover. You kept us smiling when things got scary." Lani smiled at the bunny. "You were braver than most royal guards I've met." Clover puffed out his chest. "Well, I am part of the royal team, after all." The three of them followed the winding path up to the castle courtyard, where everyone had been waiting anxiously. Queen Miranda hurried down the steps as soon as she saw Sofia. "Oh, Sofia!" she exclaimed, wrapping her daughter in a warm embrace. "We were so worried." King Roland, standing beside the visiting King Kareem of Tangu, smiled with deep relief. "I had a feeling my little girl would find a way." Sofia stepped back and gestured toward Lani. "We both did, Father. Princess Lani and I worked together, 2 by 2, just like the prophecy said." Lani bowed gracefully. "Your daughter is remarkable, Your Majesty. I've learned so much about courage and trust from her." King Kareem nodded proudly. "And I for mine. It seems our kingdoms are safer when we stand together." Before anyone could reply, the ground shimmered with light again, soft, golden sparkles rising from the grass like floating petals. The spirit of harmony appeared before them, her presence radiant yet gentle, like sunlight through mist. "Well done, young princesses," the spirit said, her voice melodic and kind. "You face the darkness not with force, but with trust and song. That is true harmony." Sofia and Lani exchanged proud smiles. "We couldn't have done it without each other," Sofia said. The spirit nodded. "That is the lesson of 2 by 2. Magic is strongest when hearts are united." She waved her hand gracefully, and the silver feather Lani had found transformed into a gleaming charm, a pair of intertwined crowns surrounded by soft pink and gold light. "This token shall remind your kingdoms of what you achieved together. Keep it close, and harmony shall always return." The charm floated gently into Sofia's hands, and she turned it so the light danced across their faces. "We'll protect it, and we'll protect each other too." With that, the spirit of harmony smiled one last time and faded into morning light, leaving behind a soft echo of her words. 2 by 2, the world renews. Later that day, the great hall of Enchantia Castle was alive with color and joy. Streamers of pink, lavender, and turquoise hung from the rafters, and musicians played bright, lilting tunes as both kingdoms celebrated. The dining tables overflowed with fruits, pastries, and sweets, and laughter filled the air. Lani stood beside Sofia, both wearing shimmering gowns. Sofia in lilac with silver trim, Lani in teal with gold stars. "I've never seen anything so lovely," Lani said, smiling at the dancers swirling around the hall. Sofia grinned. "Just wait until you try the chocolate cake." Bailiwick made it special for the celebration. Clover was already near the dessert table, nibbling on a carrot tart. Best mission ever. As the music shifted to a softer melody, Queen Miranda stood and lifted her glass. To friendship between kingdoms, and to the brave young princesses who reminded us all what harmony truly means. Everyone raised their cups, the sound ringing beautifully through the hall. To harmony. Later that evening, as the stars twinkled outside the balcony, Sofia and Lani stood together, gazing at the sky. The charm of the intertwined crowns glowed faintly between them. Lani spoke softly. "Do you think the spirit of harmony is still watching?" Sofia smiled. "I think she's always there. Every time we choose to trust instead of fear, or sing instead of argue, she's there." Clover hopped up beside them. "And every time we share cake instead of fighting over it." Both princesses laughed. Especially then. The three of them watched as 2 bright stars shot across the sky, side by side, twin streaks of silver and gold. Sofia whispered, 2 by 2. Lani smiled. "Forever true." And as the castle lights shimmered below and the night air filled with peace, the kingdoms of Enchantia and Tangu began a new chapter, one where friendship was stronger than magic, and harmony glowed in every heart that believed. Because in the end, the greatest magic of all was a bond between two princesses who learned that when hearts shine together, they light the whole world. White heavy checkmark word count, 710.